Hi guys, I'm inviting all of you today to my new educational class, and today we are going to speak again about Egyptian shimmy. I'm going to explain more details to you about Egyptian shimmy, and I'm going to give you the practice how to make your shimmy more relaxed, better and free. So guys, I remind all of you about the 3 basic principles of Egyptian shimmy, and more thoroughly you can watch about them in one of my educational videos. Okay guys, we start about our knees first. So we start to work with our knees, and our knees are working very free forward and back like you are in the water. Like this, very free. After this, you start with your thighs. So not only your knees are moving, but also your thighs are moving. So you start with your knees. After this, you include your thighs, forward and back, forward and back. Don't forget, you must not make any muscle contraction here above your knees or in your thighs or here in your hips. So everything is totally relaxed. So the third main principle is that we start to work with our hip bones, because all of Egyptian technique is coming from our hips, from our hip bones. So that's why we need to work with our hips. You need to relax your hip bones inside while you are working with knees and thighs, and you start moving them just a little bit up and down like this, but in a relaxed way, not intentionally, but just in a relaxed way. So please work with your knees, thighs and your hip bones. So how to make exercises and how to check yourself if you are doing shimmy correctly or not. First of all, you must not squeeze and contract your muscles, and to check this we will need this kind of table to check our legs from the back. So you go here and you start moving first with your knees, and you start pushing with this part of your legs to the back to the table. And please, my dears, I will remind you about the legs. Of course, in our shimmy, the legs are straight, but they are not completely straight like this, so that you don't damage your knees and your joints. So that's why please leave about 1 centimeter in the back, not to damage your knees. So as soon as you push your knees back, don't make them completely straight. They're just soft, but it looks like they are straight. So first of all, to check yourself if you are contracting your muscles here or not, you need to touch the table, because if you contract your muscles here, you will sit down and you will do like this, and you will not push your table in the back. So to check yourself, please stand almost straight, your legs are almost straight, and start slowly beating the back in the back of the table. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like a clock. You have to work like a clock. To start Egyptian shimmy correctly, you have to check yourself without any breaks, like tak, 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 tak. No, your legs must work like a clock. Very, very clear. First in a slow mode. So first we start with our knees. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now please include your thighs also, not only your knees, but also your thighs. And go on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And please work very free, like in the water. Don't contract your muscles. Totally free. Forward and back, forward and back. But as you see, I'm doing correctly, yes? I'm doing very well, and I'm doing it like a clock. But now I'm not using my hip bones and I'm not using my hips. Here is one line, just one line. If you work just with your knees and your thighs, the shimmy will not arrive here in your belly, and it will not be Egyptian shimmy. Now please include your hip bones, relax your hip bones inside, and as soon as you make the shimmy, your hips are relaxed and moving just a little bit up and down, but please don't make it intentionally up or side, just a little bit up, down. Let's go. 3, 4. Start with your knees. First your knees, after this your thighs. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now please include your hip bones. Relax and include your hip bones. So your hip bones are relaxed. So please look from the back. This is only knees. Now together with the thighs. And now you see one line here. Now please delete this one line and we are going to relax our hip bones. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So continue, please continue pushing your legs in the back to the table. To check yourself, if you are sitting down, you are not going to touch it. If you contract your muscles, you are not going to touch the table. So please check yourself here. 1, 2, 1, 2, and we start to work with our hip bones. And continue. Just here, we are doing it in a medium tempo, medium. But first you have to start with the slow tempo. Only after this you will start with the medium tempo. Now the medium tempo. Here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and continue to push the table like a clock, like this, tac, 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 without any break. Okay, and now one more very important point, which I'm going to explain to you. So the stereotype of movement in Egyptian shimmy is the same in all kinds of movements. It doesn't matter you're doing it with layers or with your leg here, with your leg here. So the stereotype of movements is totally the same as I told you about the knees, thighs, and hip bones, okay? So we just change the intensity of Egyptian shimmy. So there is just small intensity, like soft and cute way, soft and relaxed way, the medium way, and really the strong and very powerful shimmy. But remember that the stereotype of the movement is totally the same. So let's gradually go from the small intensity and speed to the medium one and to the strong and powerful one. For this you have to practice like this, first maybe several weeks or months, slowly or medium. Only after this, after your knees and muscles get used to this movement, you can arrive to a free and very powerful shimmy. Let's start and check the intensity. So first of all, we will start with the slow for practice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Continue like this so that your knees and legs get used to pushing something in the back, maybe your sofa or your chair or your table. After this, we increase the speed. So you have to move your legs and your knees faster than before. Let's go, and of course your hips will move also faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is the medium one. Medium one, please pay attention that my knees continue to work like a clock. 1, 2, 1, 2. And my hips also are working like a clock, up and down, up and down, up and down. So let's check medium speed. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Tac, 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 tac. Very, very clear without any break. Now, let's gradually go to the faster and more powerful shimmy. So we start slowly again, slowly, slowly. Continue medium tempo and medium speed. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, to increase your speed, you have to move your legs and knees and hips more intensely and more faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So guys, please practice first in a slow motion, slow tempo, without hurrying, and don't try to jump immediately to the fast and powerful shimmy, because it's impossible to arrive to the very powerful and clear and very fast shimmy if you didn't practice the base. I want to tell you also one more detail which is really important. So guys, all your muscles have to be relaxed in Egyptian shimmy. Everything here needs to be relaxed. Everything is relaxed like in the water, okay? So when you make the soft shimmy, not with a high speed, just normal one, sometimes we need it in the music, right? And also when you make the medium one, of course, your legs are relaxed, everything is relaxed. But as soon as you want to arrive to a very powerful, fast, and very, very strong shimmy, of course, the muscles in your legs here and here have to be very trained. So why trained? Because in the soft one, you don't need to push too strong forward and back, and you don't need to hurry and to push your legs with speed and power, okay? But in the powerful shimmy, you have to push your legs really strong forward and back. That's why all your muscles here and here and here, they must be very strong. So if you have weak legs, you will never have a good shimmy. So for this, you have to train yourself and do exercises if you want to have this very fast and very powerful shimmy. So please, strengthen your muscles in your legs and hips. Guys, ladies, now I would like to give you the tips how to practice your Egyptian shimmy. So they are really useful, but you have to use them almost every day for your daily practice. First of all, you practice just the normal one, like this, in different speed, okay? But first start with slow and medium. Only maybe in a couple of weeks or months you can arrive to the next level, okay? So you start just like this. After this, let's put our leg to the side and continue the same stereotype of movements. So please don't work just with one leg like this, or here just with one leg. No, the rule for Egyptian shimmy is that in any kind of movement, in any layer, in any combination, or in any kind of hip technique, when you put Egyptian shimmy, it's always 2 legs are working, 2 knees are working, never just one leg. Okay, let's start from here. You continue to push both of your knees back. Check yourself in the back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, change your leg, and the weight of your body is here, but you continue pushing both of your knees back, and the hips continue to work up and down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now please put your leg front and do the same movement. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And after this, please go here and put your leg in the back and continue the same practice. Your hips never stop. Your knees also never stop. Like this, or like this, or like this, or to the side. Never stop. Always the stereotype of your hip movements and of your knees and legs and thighs, it's always the same. So now the next practice, of course, after you are down with your heels, you have to go up on your toes. Why? Because in Egyptian Oriental, we always use something up, for example, for classical Oriental, and we are using it with shimmy. So to be up, you have to practice shimmy separately, also up on your toes. So you start just like this, check yourself in the back, and after this you go up and continue doing the same. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, push in the back. Tac, 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 tac. Very clear, your hips continue to work up and down. After this, you change your leg and you put it here and push the same. 1, 2, 1, 2. Change your leg, go up and push here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. After this, we will go to the wall and go up. Continue the same stereotype of movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put your leg in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, let's continue our practice, and we start from here. 1, 2, 1, 2 with your knees. Now with your thighs. Now please include your hip bones, and now we start here. 1, 2, 1, 2, forward. 1, 2, back. 1, 2, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You see your hips continue working like a clock without any stop. After this, you continue go up, and you do the same stuff. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go. Tac, 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 tac. Very clear, very clear. But to have it like a clock, you have to practice in the table. And put your leg to the side. Continue. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, guys, in my previous video, in the basic principles of Egyptian shimmy, I was showing you the mistakes which people make, the wrong parts, how not to do Egyptian shimmy. So now I'm going to give you one more secret and one more detail. So, as I told you before, Egyptian shimmy is totally relaxed. All the muscles are relaxed, here is relaxed. We don't contract anything. So we are just like in the water. But sometimes people confuse and they start to work with their muscles. So what they do, they contract their muscles here and here and here and also all this part is contracted, and they are trying to do the hip, not the hip movements like in the Egyptian shimmy, free, but here they have one line and they try to make the shimmy because of the muscles, so with the help of the muscles, which is not Egyptian, okay? So I will show you this point now. So I contract all my muscles here and my legs are straight, and I have one line here in my hips. I'm not moving them up and down like in Egyptian shimmy, and I try just to work with my muscles. Of course, I push my legs forward and back, but I contract everything here. So we start. This is the Egyptian one, relaxed one. You can do it even for 1 hour. There is no tension, there is no difficulty, so it's very, very relaxed. You can be really relaxed, but in this kind of shimmy, please look. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you are not relaxed and you have just one line here, and all my muscles are relaxed. So this kind of shimmy you can't make for a long time because you will get tired. All your muscles here are very stressed and very contracted, and you try to make it with the help of your muscles here and here and here. So please check one more time. Relaxed one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's practice Egyptian shimmy with the music. Ready? Let's go. Soft, soft. Now medium speed. A little bit faster, faster. And now we start our exercises. Ready? To the side, side. Forward. Here. Continue, medium speed. Let's go up, up. The same, practice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like a clock, tack, 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 tack. Put your legs side. And here, check your other leg. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's start. Here, soft. Now medium speed. Okay, now let's go up. Continue. 1, 2, the same. Control yourself. Now please put your leg back and let's continue our exercise. Forward. And now here, side. Here in the middle. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's continue and go on with our practice, and I'm going to give you exercises which are really, really important for our future combinations and for your choreographies to make layers and different movements, basic movements and complicated movements with Egyptian shimmy. So what we have to do, we have already practiced this one. Now, guys, please, you put your leg front here and you do like this. Yes, and you check yourself in the back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. After this, please put your knee just a little bit up like this, and you continue your exercises like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, continue. So please look, the stereotype of movements is the same. Nothing changes. Like this, nothing changes. Front, nothing changes. And here, close, legs are close to each other, nothing changes. Again, 1, 2, check yourself, front, straight, and please put your leg close to your leg, like this. You see your hips are moving in the same way, and continue pushing back. So if your knee is here, it doesn't mean that you will work just with one leg like this. No, both of your legs continue working. So why we need this? Because sometimes we have a hip drop, right? Hip drop. So you have to put a shimmy layer with this. And when you make the Egyptian shimmy in this hip drop, it's not just one leg is working, it's both legs are working. So that's why this exercise is extremely useful for all of you. Let's go on and let's do this one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And after this, you will start to move your hip up and down, okay? So we start here, put your leg front. After this, put your leg close to each other, and please start with your hip. Your hip up with shimmy, down, up and down, up and down and up. Your leg is pushing the table, right? So please check yourself. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Down and up and down and up. So now please check other leg. Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and put forward, forward. Now put please close to each other. Continue your hips like a clock, and let's go. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Let's go on and continue the next exercise, which we'll need for our next level of technique. So we practice near the table. Now we have to start to learn how we walk with shimmy. You start the normal one, maybe medium speed or low speed and low intensity, and you start to work forward. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So guys, ladies, we continue the same stereotype of movements, and like this you are moving with your steps. You can also go the same way with forward and the same way back. 1, 2, your hips never stop. Hips never stop. Your knees never stop. 5, 6, 7, forward, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go on, back, and back, and back, and here we go. Let's continue and let's make just a little bit more difficult, and we are going up on our toes and we continue moving forward and back. Let's go like this. You check yourself, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and please, it's just a little bit unstable, but please try to catch your body, try to control your body, maybe in a soft speed, okay? 3, 4, 1, 2, continue with your hips. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Guys, if it's difficult for you to be stable and not to fall down, so if it's too difficult, you can go in the wall and hold your hand and continue walking like this. 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go back. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Down, your heels are down, and we practice. Relax your hips, relax your knees, relax all your muscles. 5, 6, now a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and small steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue with your hips. Continue, continue. Let's continue up on your toes. Ready? And 1, 2. Continue. Your hips are working like a clock. Go back. Your knees and your hips are working like a clock without any break and any stop. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go on and continue, and I will teach you how to make Suherzaki movement with Egyptian shimmy layer. So again, guys, you check yourself in the back like this. As you know, in Suherzaki we are up and our legs are almost straight like this, like a triangle, and we are moving equally with our hips down, 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 and down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So now we have to put the shimmy layer on the top of our Suherzaki on the count 1. So we go up and you check yourself. After this we make rak. So you have to make shimmy layer on count number 1. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3 is nothing. 1, 2, 3. You can make just steps. 1, 2, 3. So please put a shimmy layer when you put your hip down. 1. So how to practice? You practice like this. 1 and hold yourself. Go up. 1 and 1 and 1. Relax your hip bones. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's check ourselves in the back. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1. Please beat the table. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And again. Rock, step, step. Rock, step, step. Rock, step, step. And rock, step, step. Let's go on and continue our combination with Egyptian shimmy. So why I told you about walking? Because we will need our shimmy walking around the stage. So when we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we will use our shimmy layer here. So you stretch your hip a little bit here to the side and move, step, step. Stretch, preparation, move, step, step. And stretch, preparation, move, step, step. And move, step, step. Now let's continue and make it faster. 3, 4. 1. Guys, don't forget we work with both of our legs. Please don't use just one leg to make the shimmy for me, okay? 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. After this, you have to learn and to practice how to do shimmy in each of your steps. Not only one step, but all the 3 steps which you make. 1, 2, 3, pause. 1, 2, 3, pause. 1, 2, 3, pause. 1, 2, 3, pause. I know it's a little bit difficult and complicated, but I assure you that you can make it. Now let's combine everything what we have learned in this class in a small combination. So we will start our basic shimmy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the side. 5, 6, 7, 8. After this we will make suherzaki. 1 step, step, and 1 step, step. After this I go down and I make shimmy forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fast and back and back. After this you go down and we will make our shimmy around the circle just on count number 1. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So this is the combination. Has been the second class of explanation about Egyptian shimmy, and the third class is already waiting for you, and it's going to be explanation how to make shimmy layers with all kinds of movements. So I'm waiting for all of you there.